Do we need to talk really loud?
Affirmation for lock, rotate device back. See?
Oh, really?
No. Orientation is locked. Rotation, rotate device back.
Maybe you had it locked. Let me see real quick.
Yeah, there's a way.
Can you record live YouTube?
We're live right now.
landscape? Oh my gosh.
Hey!
Well, can we fit everybody in this way, Kathleen?
I guess.
I meant, because we're already live,
Okay,
so.
let's just figure it out. Let's see.
I meant, because we're already live. Here, hold this.
Oh my gosh.
And I have to.
And you're gonna have to make that quiet, Greg, in a minute, so it's not.
So I can...
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Every time I gotta figure this out.
Always instructing me.
Do, do, do.
I'm being mean.
Say hi, doggy. Oh, wait, which way am I looking? Say hi, Diane.
All right, everybody, just be patient. We're trying to figure out this recording setup. I have it all set up backwards. I didn't set up a right setting before I went live. Now I have to figure out, why is this not simple? It's simple, but I make it complicated.
Those always confuse me, too. There's so many knobs and ways to turn this or that.
Okay. This. There, okay,
Got
perfect. That's the direction. I don't know, this way. Oh, okay.
The other way, so I can set into it.
Okay, and
Gypsy? We're on.
Let's wipe your screen to make sure it's
Okay.
not blurry.
thank you. That is important for the whole show. Okay, now we have to make sure we get everybody in
So
there.
go sit where you're gonna sit. This is gonna be extremely hard to
Well,
fit.
this is what we got.
Okay, let me see. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Now. Sure.
So I'm gonna sit right there. You're gonna scoot over a tiny bit, Greg. Scoot over, yeah, a tiny bit. Like move the pillow, yeah. Okay, stop. No, okay. You sit down. You want it more back to slightly to try to get.
Here, let me look at it here.
Are we gonna be loud enough?
Yes, we will.
Okay, that looks good right there. I think it looks good. Just don't scoot over anymore, okay, great? I mean, either way, please.
We're good.
Is that good?
Oh yeah, if you get in there, will be perfect.
Uh-huh.
Is that good? Oh yeah, get in there, will be perfect. All right, you guys. Yeah, there's a little bit of beginning here. We had an issue with setup. I thought I could screen. Oh, I guess I gotta turn this on. All right, we had an echo going. This is Cynthia Toet, your TV host. We are going to be talking about, what was the name? The benefits of our emotional self.
Almost there. There we go.
And I have a couple of guest speakers here so we can elaborate upon it, the pros and the cons. And we have Kathleen Diane.
Hi.
And we have Divine Timing.
Let me scoot this over just slightly. More towards Greg.
Bring it closer.
You gonna say hi, Divine Timing?
Do you want it brought just slightly
No,
closer?
Again?
Okay. Just a tiny bit. Hold on.
And we're gonna wipe off the top of the screen again.
Yeah.
Somehow it got blurry again. And now we're buffering again. We want that light on. We want those lights
I think.
on.
Are you just moving them around?
Yes.
Let's let him sit down, and then, all right, tell me if you're in it enough on your phone, on the live.
I am all the way in.
You're
See?
all the way in, okay? And then how's Greg? Greg is not all the way in, is he?
Well,
Scoot over
let me
some?
see when you sit down.
Great, I think you need to scoot in some, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Getting some behind the scenes.
Oh, we
This
got
is
4,
behind the
alright.
scenes, yes, you guys, behind the scenes we got going on here. We got a few people watching us. Thank you guys for
Yay!
being here. All right.
Where's mine?
All right, we've had a lot of great discussions before the live, so let's continue.
We've been talking about how the emotional self, how it works for us, and rather it's a negative emotion or a positive emotion, how both sets of the emotions actually are helping leading us and guiding us. And I know that when I'm always talking on Your Hidden Love Story, I'm talking about the higher vibrational way. Is to me, the lower vibrations are teaching us to their monitors to gauge us to which direction we want to go with our lives. And I have a couple of guest speakers here because of the fact that it gives us controversy. Is that the right word?
That too. Yes, controversy. No, it gives us contrast, so that we can get different views, different ways of looking at things, and just discuss it all. That's the best way to learn. Just hear everybody's different opinions and thoughts on stuff, and yeah.
I definitely got mine.
You have your opinions?
Yes.
So, myself, I really thrive on living in the higher vibrational energy, and that is from love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, peace, and harmony. That's where I actually thrive. That's where I live in. But these lower vibrational energies do have a purpose. When fear, because fear has a big purpose. I know I'm always talking about fear, doubt, and insecurity is leading the show. But what I'm talking about is when we're going into fear about making our next step or our next move, because that fear is really just showing us that it's something important for us, but it can also hinder us and hold us back. And fear is also good because it's a warning sign letting you know that something needs to be fine-tuned or looked at a little bit deeper, so it's tapped into your soul purpose.
Yeah, and my favorite thing about fear, like fear used to really worry me. Like I would think it meant that something bad was going to happen, or it would just scare me, worry me. It didn't feel good, give me anxiety. But these days when fear comes up, I look at it in a completely different way. I actually see fear as a friend, as an ally, because I've learned that when I feel fear, it means there is something or someone, there's just something that I care about that's important to me. And so when I feel that, I think about, like, what is that? You know, what's important? Who is important? And then I think, wow, like, I'm grateful that I have that person in my life. I'm grateful that I have that in my life. I'm grateful that I'm doing this or doing that or have the opportunity to do something. And when I just start thinking about that and realize that, I can feel that fear kind of dissipating, or I guess it's kind of transmuting into a different emotion, into love. And so that's how I see it.
So fear would be like our light almost, because it's like, it's our trigger, it's our warning sign. It's saying, hey, something needs to be looked at. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, basically, yeah. I feel like it can come across in different ways, kind of like what you were saying and what I was saying, and something to pay attention to, or as a reminder, because sometimes, you know, maybe we are taking things for granted, or don't realize things, and it can really, it can be like something that says, hey, pay attention, look at this.
Right, it's like the light switch. It's the messenger. The fear is the message.
And we
it's
don't
coming
have
through.
to look at it, you know, as a bad thing, in a bad way. We can take whatever emotion comes up and hear a good message that it's bringing us, and do something good with it. What do you think, Mr. Divine Timing?
get some input in. You can't just sit here and just make
Because-
it pretty
I don't know,
Miss
I'm pretty
Justine and I
brave.
will talk all
We
night.
will take over the show. We'll take over the floor.
That's all right, I'll be an observer.
But you're a guest speaker,
Let's
so.
hear a little bit, your thoughts on
fear.
Fear?
Mhm.
Well, I like fear. I like going 100 miles an hour. I like slamming on the brakes. I like playing with fire. There's just an awful lot I like about it because I've spent most of my life in fear without the other opposite of the fear, and that's the peace that comes.
So you had a lot of fear in your life without peace, meaning that you were more in chaos?
Yeah, well, when we were young, you know, the stepdad thing, I carried that story until I was 40 plus years of hate, of resentment, of fear of anybody like that near me or in my presence or anything. I'm more tolerable today of things like that.
So it is stories like you have that why I go live on Your Hidden Love Story is to heal those stories, the stories that we've held on to for years that are a fearful event that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago, but you're carrying in the present moment still.
Repeating the story.
And my goal is to change the narrative of the story around in the background so it's not still
Right.
haunting us in the present moment, so we can look at the good side of that story.
Because so
Right.
much of what we feel these days, so much of it way deep down, it stems from stuff we went through or felt a long time ago. A lot of it from when we were children, and
I would
we
say
look
all
at
of
it
it.
and go. A lot of it. Things can go a certain way for a person, and then as an adult, for example, they go through some very intense or traumatic or whatever or chronic or whatever things, and those can also definitely, I mean, my opinion, affect somebody too, in a very strong way. I think.
Yeah, no, I
Absolutely.
agree. I absolutely right. And again, that's why I do Your Hidden Love Story, is to help us release that pain, to release
Whenever
the
it
suffering.
came from,
Wherever it came
yeah.
from.
To identify it.
Exactly.
yeah.
Once you identify it, you're
It starts-
almost through it.
When you
Yeah.
identify it, that's when you have, you
take back the power.
That's the
exactly,
aha
that's the
moment.
word I was gonna say. That's when you take your power back. That's
Right.
when
The
you go,
aha.
I just got chills.
That's
Yeah.
when, hey, I
Like a
see
million
that
basements.
I'm
I love
disempowered
chills.
from holding on to the story that way. And now that it's been enlightened, so I can see it in this present
Yeah.
moment, I have the ability,
Yeah.
I have the power, I have the strength to rewrite the script, the narrative in
Yeah.
that story.
That's why it's so important to try to recognize those things, or try to spend, you don't want to live through or whatever, but to spend some time, like we've done before. If we feel something strongly, think back. Ooh, when did I feel this before? Like
Right.
when did I very first ever feel something like this? Right?
Exactly.
And
We want to
About
go
3
back
years
to
ago.
before. And it may be something that you said, hey, the first time I felt this 3 years ago, but you may clear up that 3 years ago and still feel it and go, oh, there was a time before that time. And so now we got to go back. Oh, that was
True.
6 years ago.
True
now I
that.
got to go back to that 6-year mark.
Yeah.
So we're doing this generational healing, going
backwards,
through
kind
these
of,
layers to release that pain, to release that suffering.
Yeah.
Right, I would say probably 3 years ago is when it started for me, if anything. I mean,
I think
it had been working for 15, 20 years before that, but that's when it got real for
I think
Divine.
3 years ago is when the light switch came on to yourself, that you had more power
Right.
to take responsibility of your own emotional self than you ever realized you had ever before in your life. 3 years ago, it was like the wake-up call.
Yeah, well, I took responsibility, and that's what we're talking about.
But you got, you
responsibility
woke
for
up
our
to take,
thoughts.
we have to wake up to take responsibility.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
because
right.
you can, there can be things in your life, ways about you, or ways you feel, or whatever, ways you maybe like react to things or something that you don't like. And you can work on changing those ways, but it's still always going to kind of be there unless you get down to the core of it, like where it really started, where it really came from, and heal that. Otherwise, you're kind of just like putting a Band-Aid on things that are going to kind of wear off. It might help a little bit, you know, you're working on something, but then it's going to kind of get weak and come off. So you got to get way down, like deep in the wound, right, where
Right,
it like
right.
initially started, and look at that and work on that, and then you can heal it, really heal it instead of just
Now, I find
helping it a little.
that even though maybe the emotion may have came up today, let's say, I find as I'm going backwards, almost all of them eventually stem back from our childhood somewhere. It's like
A
this
lot,
this
yeah.
belief or this uncomfortableness or this uneasiness came from, it was an upbringing that we believed in.
Yeah, I think a lot of it does, but again, I think a lot can come through experiences as an adult too, because
Well, those adult experiences are helping us to identify it too.
yeah, for example, someone can have a very happy childhood where everything's great, and then get into an abusive relationship as an adult, and then way later in life they keep having, you know, feelings or reactions or this or that to things. It didn't come from their childhood.
Right.
It came from that other traumatic experience that they went through. But I do agree that I think most does stem from way back
Right,
in the little, and
right.
maybe even as a baby, even though we don't maybe remember everything, stuff you go through as even a baby could be affecting, even inside when you're your mom's pregnant with you or whatever. I think you can carry emotions from that even on through your
Absolutely.
life.
So when anybody's coming on in, please go ahead and say hi in the chat. And if you have any emotions that you want to talk about, whether it's fear, insecurity, doubt, not feeling whole enough, worthy enough, go ahead and put that in the chat, and then we'll talk about that particular emotion on an individual level. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good. Yeah. Very cool.
So divine timing, when you woke up 3 years ago, what was it that really, made you realize that you had the ability to change how you were seeing things, that it made a difference in how you felt? No. You can't do, no.
I have been working. I have been working with my feelings and changing the story and getting better for 20 plus years. But I was with somebody that countered that, was part of the dysfunction that I was experiencing at the time, was part of the lesson or part of the experience, not lesson, because I'm learning. I don't want to call it a lesson, an experience that I was unaware of,
Right.
that was affecting my everyday life, and up until that recognition and so I put my hand on her, but it's not her, it was with a 12-year, 15-year relationship I had.
And wasn't that kind of inhibiting in a way your growth too?
Oh, yeah,
because
yes.
I remember you told me stories where you were working on yourself and,
Right.
and excited
Mirror
to and stuff.
work.
Yes,
and-
and you got put down.
Right,
like,
I
for
got
that.
a feedback of how that wasn't anything, and
Mhm.
can't understand. She couldn't understand what I was doing because she didn't have any problems.
So it kept you in this state of confusion.
Right, and it took a big wake up to get out of it. It was not something simple. I mean, it was.
Well,
It was
In the long
I
run,
had to, or I wasn't gonna make it.
in the long run, it was something simple that kind of woke you up, though.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
For me, what had me like really start looking at myself and going way deep in there and stuff was that I started just, I guess I noticed more things in myself that I didn't like ways I would handle things or not handle things, ways I would react to things, feelings and emotions that I had
Right.
that were really strong and I really didn't like them. And I felt like they made things go ways that I didn't want them to go, and it didn't feel good. And it was like over and over and over, like life does. It was like I felt them over and over and over until I was like, okay, I don't want to
Feel this way.
feel
anymore.
these things. So I would say like each one I kind of like took and went into and tried to work on
We did the,
recognizing it and
and
healing
so-
and everything.
so for each one of the discomforts, you went in and did the deep, dark night soul work.
Yeah, and really, like we said earlier, I swear, like, once I even realized, like, where it seemed like it initially came from, those feelings that I didn't like something from when I was little or whatever, just recognizing that every time I felt like I already started to handle things so differently just from understanding that it's not about this. It's not about what's happening right now.
No.
It's actually,
It's how we
all
are
this other
respond.
stuff.
It is about how we are responding to it, how we are reacting to it, and if it's putting us into a lower vibrational energy, that means that something inside of us still needs to be healed. It still needs some growth. So we need to go in and nurture it. We need to go in and do that deep, dark
Yeah.
healing when that uncomfort comes in. My goal is to be able to hold my balance no matter what's going on around me, no matter what chaos is going around me, no matter what discomfort is going on around me, that I'm still okay here on my soul level, knowing that anything going on around me is not actually me.
yeah, because I didn't like that, I didn't like not feeling in control of how I was or what I did or whatever.
Yes.
I wanted to consciously, intentionally, like, do and say what I really wanted to and be how I really wanted to be. I didn't want it to come from a place of, like, deep down trauma and pain that was
Right.
never healed. And it would like, oh look, my voice is doing that. When it gets like that, Cynthia taught me when it gets like that, it's like truth.
You're
like,
coming up.
Truth is
from
coming up.
within you. But anyways, I wanted to be in control of like how I was. I didn't want those past things and past experiences and everything to control me.
Exactly. I want to be in charge of how I feel emotionally also. And so if something's bringing an uncomfort to me, I want to look into what exactly is that needs to be healed or taken care of so it doesn't bring that uncomfort again.
Okay, this is what I come across quite a bit with my growth and awakening and stuff is I really think I got it. I got it, man. This has been worked through. I'm not thinking about it. I got no bad feelings. Love is everywhere. And one person can walk past that screen and bam, whoa, there it is. Oh shit! I'm nowhere. I'm back to square one. I can't believe it.
Life 1,000,000% likes to keep you humble with growth.
Man, I got it made.
It wants to make sure that you've got it made. So it's going to.
Well, I got it made now.
It's gonna put a bait out there for you.
The thing is, there's actually a little meme picture thing about this where when it comes up over and over again like that, which it will, I don't think things ever usually completely go away. I feel like they do come back up a lot at least. And I feel that when it does, it's not just to like check and see if you really got it, I feel like each time you learn more and more and you go deeper into it and learn so much more about it. And so it's
Yeah, like it's
you know,
still there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not
Oops.
about,
like
not,
a
it's
spiral.
not a, it is about going deeper each time. It's like, okay, we have this trash can that's full of garbage, right? And we cleaned out the top part of the garbage, right? And now we're feeling comfortable because it gave us a little room to
right.
move around, and now we got that comfort, and then it comes in again. Well, it's because we still have that much more of the trash to clear out.
Starts stinking.
And so it's going to say, okay, now that you know how to do the work, let's get to work and get some more
Yes.
out.
And even when I think I'm to the very bottom of the trash can, I really try to say.
There's a bottom?
I really try to say, like, I think I'm doing pretty, good at that these days, because I swear, yeah, if I say that, if I'm like, I don't do this anymore, right, like that night, something will happen and I will, yeah.
I get pretty confident. I do get cocky.
Yeah.
I've had it so good now for the last 5-7 years that.
Humble, Greg.
Oh, don't worry. That's why you're here. Yeah.
Very cool. Has anybody written anything?
No, nobody said anything. We've had up to 7 people come in. I do think it has a lot to do with acceptance when we actually are aware of these things that happen and the lower vibrational energy comes in when we come into acceptance, so we can release, this is kind of how I'm pulling up the topics as we're going through, is so as we accept how we're learning to grow, how we are learning how to be more responsible for self, it helps us release some of that luggage, some of that baggage that's been holding us down for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And as we accept
Ourselves.
yeah, accepting ourselves, it's not about having to do it for anybody else, you're having to do it for yourself.
Accept ourselves, take responsibility, and do something about it.
We'll do the self-love, self-care, self-worth.
Yeah, it's really good that way too, to take responsibility and stuff for yourself, because then, I mean, you're not depending on what somebody else is doing or how somebody else is being with you. That's not going to determine what you feel. It's all more up to you.
Yeah.
Again, the power stays in your hands when you do that.
It is about balancing the emotional self. So I'm just going to continue on. Balancing the emotional self.
Acceptance, balance.
When the sadness comes in, or the anger comes in, or the frustration comes in, what can we do to balance that so we can still function in this everyday world, and we're not allowing that lower vibrational energy to keep you under or keep you stuck?
What works for me is to allow myself to feel it fully. Like, if I'm sad about something, well, first of all, I guess we don't have that much time.
We have all the time.
We have
First of all,
we can record
Okay,
for 12
fine.
hours
I was
if you
just gonna
want,
say, first of all, I really created a life
Go deep.
where I
Go deep.
can take my time with things and stuff. Like, if I wake up, or if I'm feeling blah or something, I feel blah, and I lay there and I feel blah, and that's how I allow myself, because like I feel like there's something in it. Like, I feel like almost like everything we feel pretty much is like a messenger, and even if I don't understand it or know what it is, usually if I just go with it, if I don't go with it and try to keep doing things through it, I feel like it kind of stays and lingers in the background. But if I go with it and really, really feel it, I usually come to a point where everything makes sense to me, and then I can
That's when you reach balance.
Well, that's when I can actually do. I'm not big on balance.
Well, then,
I like
then
to
what are you
feel-
raising your hand for?
I'm going against it. I like to feel
No, I agree
those things so that I can act on the messages I receive from them, so I can feel the other way fully. Like,
So
instead of
you
balance.
rather be in deep regret than deep happiness?
No, I feel those negative things deeply and purely and fully, and so that I can really.
But in order to deal with
through
those deep
them.
things, you need to bring them to balance.
Some of the things that I
Because
do
they're not so horrible.
when I'm going in to feel, one of the things I do is, where do I feel that? Where is that locked up in me? Is it in my chest? Is it in my heart? Is it in my gut? Because I believe that's a really important thing, is because then we realize how that emotion or how that energy is affecting us. And myself, I will go in, I like feeling the stuff too, but I don't like to stay there. I like to feel it to heal it. That's why I want to feel it. I want to feel it to see, and then I go in to see, where do I feel it? So where can I pull it out to heal it? Because if I don't go in to see where I feel it, then it's going to stay there a lot longer. But
You're gonna suffer.
But are you listening to the message it's bringing, or are you just trying to help it go away?
the message is already there. It's already
Right. It's
brought.
a feeling. The message is a feeling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even necessarily from a story. It is just a feeling that's there, and the feeling is blocked in your system somewhere. And a lot of times I will bring in some ho'oponopono or some tapping.
Or tapping.
I love the tapping, because the tapping
It's really
helps
good. It
really
moves
clear
the
it out.
energy like through.
Happy Thanksgiving, Andrew. Happy to see you here, and make it here. If you have a particular emotion that you want us
Oh
to talk
yeah.
about, go
Think
ahead.
of an emotion and
Well, we're talking about balance
And,
right
and
now.
remember, you guys, everybody hit the like button. Love you guys. So we're just talking about the pros and cons about each of the emotions as they come up, rather they're positive emotions or negative emotions. Again, when I'm going live on Your Hidden Love Story, my goal is to flip the emotional story around to get to a higher vibration, but that doesn't mean that those lower vibrations don't have a purpose. They do. There's a meaning for them to come up, because they're trying to lead us, they're trying to guide us. I believe the lower vibrations are leading us and guiding us so we can live in that higher vibrational energy.
exactly. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of balance, like it's a little bit different. Like I'm not anti-balance. Like
Well, see the picture here? See, this is what we're trying to balance. See how they're all
Oh,
crossed?
For me-
crossed.
for me, I don't like to balance my emotions. Like I just feel wherever they're at. But for me, balance is more like in my life, I want to feel balance as far as where you feel right. You feel like, and it's not even. It's not like even for everything in moderation, everything the same amount. For me, balance is like, I want to feel like I'm spending the amount of time that feels good to me on this. I want to feel like I'm doing this to the point where it feels good to me. Like that's balance to me, where everything I'm doing in my life feels at peace, and that includes all the different emotions for me.
So that's growth.
So our emotional self does allow us to grow, and it can allow you to
Was
grow.
that the dog?
It can allow you to grow in a
Oh.
lower vibration, and it can allow
Cats
you to
don't do
grow in a
that.
higher vibration. What's going on?
The dogs,
Pardon.
they
Oh, they do. The cats do that.
My dog doesn't fart, and my cats don't fart.
Let's talk
None
about
of them.
farts now. They get a little stinky here, just like our emotional
Well,
self.
these
Sometimes
dogs
they
just
get
had
a little
Thanksgiving
stinky.
dinner.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's really difficult to handle somebody else's stinky
Oh my God.
emotional self. Everything
It was so
has a purpose,
embarrassing. The other day I was on my way into a store and nobody was out there. I'm like, well, now's the time before I go in the store. And so I farted. It was so bad. Like, it was so bad. And then somebody walked out right then, like right where I was. And there was nobody else around. What could you do? I'm just like, oh my gosh. I just put my head down and I felt so bad.
I was over at my
It was
dad.
really bad.
I was at my dad's the other day, and I'm going, wow, what was that smell? I was thinking it was a dog, and my dad goes, no, that was me. And I go, well, heck, you didn't have to face your behind next to me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised he even confessed up to it. So, but that was something that we all got to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
natural part
we
of
want to
it.
be private and polite about it,
Yes.
but sometimes it get a little stinky, like the emotional self has the ability to do. Sometimes that emotional self can get stinky, and you don't.
And it's
wanna be
also a
around
natural
it.
part of life.
Yeah, it is, but I do believe emotions can be contagious too. When somebody's laughing, laughter is contagious, and I believe that
smile
if
is
somebody's in
too.
a lower vibrational energy, that can be contagious. That we can catch it, just like anything
You
else.
can, but like if you I think oh man, like you don't need to show me I'm not, but I'm pretty dang good. I don't know. I can pretty much be around any type of person going through whatever these days, and like I can like be
Accept their garbage or not.
empathetic to them, like like understand, like, oh, I get that, oh,
Yeah.
you're going through that, oh, you're feeling that, oh yeah, but then still hold my energy at the level that
Absolutely.
I'm at.
And
That took a really long time, but I think I'm pretty darn good at it these days.
well,
And a lot of practice.
I'll test you on that one.
What, you taught us?
And I know I will.
So if you need any help in that area, just hook up with Divine Timing, and he will teach you the pros and cons about it all. He will show you what that is all about. You have some growth to talk to us about?
This is growth.
Yeah, this is growth. How is it helping you grow?
Well, I recognize it when I see it. That's a help.
Yeah. So when you recognize, when you see it, how does that help? I'm just gonna question you just to.
Well, how does
people
it
know.
help? How does it help is I can have something go wrong in my day and still say it was a beautiful day because I've gleaned something out of that situation that I handled in a better sense than I would have any other time in life.
Right.
Now, something that offended me years ago in my 20s or whatever, I could resent and hate and cuss and moan and rewrite that story in the same sense for years on end. And today, that very same thing can happen, and it's not an issue for more than a few seconds.
And how did you get to that point?
Or through growth, through learning.
Was there anything like any specifics?
Well,
or
the last
process?
relationship I was in for 13 years, I learned a lot. I learned, as a matter of fact, I learned a hell of a lot, and I'm grateful and I'm appreciative of that person for who she is, because even though it was suffering at the moment, I look at it today and go, wow, what a blessing. Because I have learned, I now know boundaries. I didn't know boundaries from nothing.
So do you think it was important to maybe isolate yourself, to go in, to do that, to figure
That's
out?
That's where the growth happens.
Is in isolation.
Yes, in isolation. You got to go in the darkness, and then you go in the seed is planted. You go in the darkness.
Yeah.
You
reflect.
the roots, the root. You reflect. The roots start growing, and then you need the sunshine to grow. The sun's got to come out for you to. The contrast has got to come out.
Yeah, well, I just like the love story all the time, Just keep the love going, you guys. Just keep it going.
I love those glasses.
Yeah, let's
It's
get the fun going. We don't have to be serious about everything all the time now, do we? But this is a serious topic, though. The emotional self. We're serious people, right?
You're damn right.
Oh.
As serious as a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you guys, I just wanted to come on live and, just give you guys a little example of, kind of some of the pros and cons of the emotional self and what vibrational energy do you want to live in. And if you have something that's constantly repeating itself or coming up, to try your best to tap in and tune into self to see what is that purpose of that emotion? How is it serving you to your highest good in this present moment? And what kind of tender, loving care does it need from you? So you are living more in a vibrant energy than that lower one. But it's not saying that we have to run away from it or ignore it. It's just being responsible for it, being aware of it, and allowing ourselves to energetically going through it and seeing what it is that is why is it staying stuck in you. And sometimes even if you don't have a why, do the tapping. The tapping will help release what's holding the blockage in there, so we can actually see clearer or more firm. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about while we're here, or you want to talk about sadness, or emotions we can really talk about all day and all night, but because there's a lot of them. Or
fear's always a good one. We talked about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we're done with the fear. That's the one you like. Let's talk about the one I like. Love. Let's talk about love.
Here we go. The
That's
next
love.
Yeah, what's love got to do with it? It's a hidden love story going on here. So let's talk about love.
About love.
Well, it's hidden. I beef just knows.
But it's true love.
Oh, it's true as I've ever known it. Shuffle those cards. Let's see what they got to. Let's let
What
them.
do they got to say?
Oh my God!
They
The
said
card
love.
says this is a messy story.
Yes.
A love story. Let's get back to fear. They weren't falling out for fear like that.
Oh, well, I didn't, the cards were just, helping bring some
Yeah.
flow.
Cards
to
never
the
lie.
The reason why they felt like that is because love is so abundant. There is so much.
Love is abundant.
It is abundant. Love can conquer anything.
Especially when it's self-love.
Self-love,
It's the
self-care,
best.
self-worth. When you love yourself unconditionally.
Self-prophecy.
It keeps you lively. I believe love keeps you lively. It keeps you living. It keeps you in this vibration. To me, it's like floaty. I mean, I can go out in the world and have
It's
somebody
fun.
open doors for me. They can have people be waving at me or telling me that you look so good, or I love your glasses, I love your shoes. I mean, that's love. And when that love is coming towards me, when I'm going out in the real world, I feel blessed. I feel this wholeness. I feel this peace. It's almost like the world is constantly feeding love back at me to remind me what love really is as I'm out there being love.
Yeah.
So that's why I love love. It's my number one energy that I
Go to.
Yeah, my go-to energy is being operating from love and above and laughter and play and just.
And I love life. Like, I'm out and about in the world, like, a lot too. And there's a lot of stuff that, I come across stuff or see stuff that, makes me feel kind of like, it's like in an ideal, well, not an ideal world.
We're in an ideal world.
I know we are, right?
I think we're in heaven on earth.
We are. How do I explain this? I don't want the world to be like this, but in a world where everything felt perfect,
That's
these
a lie.
certain things wouldn't happen, right? and so I see those things and stuff, right? But then so much of the time I see so many beautiful things. I see interactions between people. I am in interactions between people, and it's just like really beautiful stuff, and it makes me just, I feel so good, and it just makes me feel like I love life so much, you know, like all the parts of it, like, and that's where I'm at right now. Like, I think my biggest thing is that life can have ups and downs and this and that and good feelings and bad feelings and, you know, good and bad or whatever, all that stuff. And so I'm just like, when those not so good feeling times come along, like, it's part of life too, you know, and
But
so I just enjoy them.
so, like, back to the love, okay? We're gonna go right back. Like, I just want to talk about different things that how the universe has shown me love. Like, one day I lived on the second floor, and I open my door and I come outside, and there's a neighbor downstairs that I don't even know, and they go, "Hi, how you doing today?" Now that was energetical love coming towards me, and or there was another day, one of the neighbors were moving, and they were moving out of state, but before they moved, the husband and wife looked at me and they said, "We love you," you know. Or how even universe, divine speaks to me with love, you know, with the messages that are coming in. There are love messages that are coming in. That divine watches me get all excited and glittery about, you know, what this journey is all about. And so that's why divine continues on throwing these messages towards me, is to continue to help me stay on my higher vibrational way.
Yeah, that way you can love others and also.
Right.
Not just a one-way street.
It is not a one-way street.
Self-love is a place to start, but it's not a place to.
You can't hoard it.
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, you can, but it'll.
If you're hoarding it, you're not receiving
You're
love
not part of
abundantly
it.
then.
Yeah, there's something missing there. You got to give it. I seen you today. You recognized our waitress was having some tough thoughts, and you said, "Hey, you know what? I want to let you know I appreciate you." And man, everything about her turned.
Yeah. So at the waitress, she's working, and it's Thanksgiving, and she has a 2-year-old baby at home, and so she started. When she was speaking, it came as in despair and like she wanted to be there instead of here. And all I said back to her, but you could watch the energy change when I said the words back to her. I said, "Well, when you get home with your 2-year-old child, love that child and be thankful and grateful for the moment and spend your time with them. And I want to thank you so much for being here for us too." Mm-hmm. And I could feel the goosebumps go through my body as I said it.
Mine too.
And hers, she was like, her whole vibration changed. She lit up. She went from being dull to being bright.
Right.
So, you know, it's just little.
So don't bogart that love.
Right. Well, she was actually, the way she was speaking was making her feel more like she wished she wasn't there where she was in the present moment.
Yeah, that changed when that changed.
Yeah, it changed instantly. So it's really important how we speak to ourselves too.
Yeah, you definitely can do like so many little bitty things every day that can really like bring so much like good feelings to like people and stuff. Like, just like a person like walking with their shopping cart by the door, you know, and if you, it sounds stupid, but seriously, if you just like,
shopper, you know.
no, like you just smile at them, and it's just like they smile
You
back.
can make somebody's day
And
with a smile.
Yeah, it's just like the sweetest like feeling, and I love it.
You can change their
so
day.
much, and I feel, you know, stuff like that all the time, but I don't know why. I swear, like around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, I just
The bah humbug
feel
comes out?
No, I just feel it like extra. Like I mean, I'm kind of a lot that way, but I feel like I see that in almost everyone more. Like I feel like people are thinking about their loved ones and stuff extra, like during this time and stuff. And so I don't know. Like I always feel like in general, everywhere, out and about, there's just love, like everywhere, like extra during holiday time. I mean, you know, that's what I feel.
extra love, extra, come love all about it.
It's one of the
Extra,
things I
extra,
like
come
about,
love
like,
all about it.
this
It's a
season.
loving story.
Yeah.
I love bringing that kind of love when there are no holidays, when there are no birthdays or nothing.
But I enjoy the contrast.
Yeah, you like the evil, we're aware.
No, I don't just like the sun. Ew. Oh, sorry. Sorry. No, I like, and I
Couldn't
don't
see
like the
without
moon.
it.
I like the moon mixed together, blended, the moon and the stars and the sun all blended together. I like all of it.
Well,
like,
the moon
ups
reflects
and
the
downs
sun,
and
so that's
outs
maybe
and
where
ins.
you're coming from there.
No, I enjoy all of it, even
Well.
though it doesn't feel good. And sometimes, like, I enjoy all of it. I really do. I might not say it in the moment sometimes, of course, but overall, like, it's all beautiful. It's all life.
I've seen you when you weren't enjoying.
It's. I'm not saying. I'm real. I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like, overall, I enjoy all of life, even
Oh,
the
yeah.
times when I don't
course,
feel
of
good,
course.
and the hard times and the horrible times. It's all beautiful overall.
Well, how would you know the times are good if you didn't have the bad? How would you
Right.
know the bad if you didn't have the good? They come together.
Yeah.
That's what the yin yang is.
Yes.
And balancing those two is when it
Well-
really gets good.
Well.
Well, that,
What, you
that,
want-
that
You
explains
want
a
one
lot.
out of alignment?
Well, you go deep into one. Well, you have some of some and some of the other, not all of one. All
But
darkness
yin
is the
yang-
dark night of the
yin
soul.
yang
People
isn't-
kill themselves.
Yin
for
yang isn't like good and bad.
No.
It's like
that. It is. It's
I think
balancing
the
the
yin-
feminine
I
and
know
the
it-
masculine.
I think
it's
the
showing
yin-
that everything in the darkness, there's also it's good too, and
Right, of
everything
course.
that people see as light can also be seen in a bad way. It's not half and half. That's why it has the dot in each one of the other. It's always everything to me, in my humble, very humble opinion.
Yeah, we're not
I
trying to
respect
convince.
your opinion.
Yeah, we're not trying to convince anybody to change their ways in any which way, shape, or form. We're just, bringing up our insights of our life
Our
journey,
beliefs,
our
what we
belief
think.
systems, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with thinking,
No,
believing what we do.
This card I drew, it says, I am the loving energy of the universe. How our energy is, we are part of this universe. The dark is part of the light, and the light is part of the dark. Rather we use the word balancing or adjusting or an alignment. I do believe that the two need to work together as a wholeness, as a completeness.
You can't have one without the other.
I don't believe you can have one without the other.
There is no.
And,
It's both. It's one.
so,
Two is one.
anyhow,
Agreed.
we agreed on something.
Well, okay, but I come from a place where the childhood was so bogus. The teenage years were this and that, and the 20s and the 30s were difficult, and so I'm at a spot where it's none of that anymore. I've been through that. I don't have to go through that anymore. I'm curious about that bright side, that sunny side. I want to live on the sunny side. I've been in the dark for many years by choice. I didn't know it was my choice, but now that I have choices, I choose to be in the sun. And when I get in the dark, I want to clean that up to be in this, because I've been there. I've done that. I've been there, done that. It doesn't have to be. That's why where something I'd get angry or upset with somebody in the family or something, and it'd be a year before I got over it. No, man, I get over it in minutes, if not seconds, man. I want that shit done.
Yeah, there are things that you would have held on to for a long time before, but today that you wouldn't hold on to.
I'm grateful. I'm
Right,
proud.
that you actually learn how to realign yourself.
Immediately.
I call it balancing. Balancing the emotional self, because when the situation happened, we notice right at the moment it's starting to drop into this lower vibrational energy, and we're going, oh, I know where that's taking me, but I have a choice to hold my balance, meaning that I'm not going to allow my energy to fluctuate because things happen this way. I'm going to hold my balance in this.
Are you holding
Moment.
your balance?
So it's just a word, okay?
I'm watching
Yeah,
Kathleen
it's
go.
okay, it's just a word, okay? But I understand, but why I'm using it that way is like when the dog thing happened with the goats or the sheep.
Yeah,
how
right.
how you could have fallen, you could have been angry, you could have been mad, and it could have created a whole bunch of chaos scenery. But no, you realize that it was something that was out of your hands, out of your control, that there was nothing you could have done about it. But what you realize is what you can do something about it is whether you were going to get mad or not.
Whether I was going to hold it.
Yeah, so you held still. You didn't allow your balance. You didn't allow your emotional self to dip. You held your balance.
Well, I know what that dip does. That dip is hatred, is less than, is all those things that I've already lived. I've already done that.
Right.
And the universe has done nothing but show me that it doesn't have to be that way for any amount of time.
Right.
Because it's already got it all worked out. I mean, okay, these animals got killed by the dogs, but the bright side is I had holes out in the yard to put them in. I didn't have to go dig the holes.
Just like that thing where when you fall down the stairs, like why, like, you know, complain about it, like you should be thankful and grateful that you got down so fast.
You got down the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I should have got down those stairs.
Now the whole having the holes and all that already pre-dug and everything, but is a kind of a sad way to look at it. But at the time that happened, I was working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, 30 days at a time, and I if I had to dig those holes, I don't
know. I was just so elated with how you were able to
work through it.
Right, and not fall, but you were able to live through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask a question? Like, okay.
Are you
so
asking me?
Yes. So when it happened, because I want to understand if we are kind of saying the same thing, or if it's different, or what. It's okay if it's
we
different.
are.
But listen, okay. So when it all happened, did you feel sad and upset?
Absolutely.
And then work your way through it to feel better, or did you go, I'm not going to feel sad and upset?
No, I worked out. I felt extremely sad. I cried. I went through the emotions. I went through that bastard and his dogs, and I want to kill that dog, and I can't stand this. But then I go, wow. Then I realized this is what I've done all my life that's led me to being miserable for years and years and years.
Then you realize how long that was going to hold on.
Yeah, right. And so I drop it now. And start and be okay with it. It is what it is at this moment. I have no control over it. But I do have control of how I respond to it.
Correct.
I do have control of how long I'm going to hold on to it. I held on to it for, I went through a couple hours of, man, I really
how I'm
want
going to react to it, and how long I'm going to react to it.
Right, and the good news is I was alone.
Yeah. Good thing.
Right, because anybody with me would have went through it with me.
Right.
I would have been.
Okay.
It would have been
If it
even
was
worse.
Me, I don't know.
If it was you, yes, I'm listening.
No, I just make sure you let yourself
I'm okay.
feel. Because it.
Oh no, I'm saving it for you.
I think it's great as long as you're working through it. What I don't like is stopping something that we're feeling without really truly working through it.
No, but that's not an answer. That's not an answer.
We're talking about. We are not
talking about. We're not talking about not solving the issue.
Exactly. Because otherwise we would be pushing it down, and it only gets bigger.
It's just the way, because you go, and I dropped it right there.
Yeah.
You went from angry to dropping it.
But then he explained. Then he explained how he dropped it.
Right.
So you went through the mental part of, okay, I'm gonna choose to let this go because there's nothing that I can do
I can do
about it.
about it.
And
What
I don't
I
like
did
how
ask,
this
what
has
can
gone
I
in the
do about
past.
it? What can I do about it? Well, I can bury them. I can, and that was not a pretty sight. I mean, some of them were still alive, but the throat and all that, it was horrible, horrible, horrible.
Mhm.
But how I dealt with it was, I have a choice here. The choice is I can hate and resent, and I can piss and moan and talk about it for the next 20 years, which is my go-to for the last 40 years.
Yes.
Or I can say, okay, what can I do to make this
So you can be okay.
so
with
I
it.
can go forward without dragging that with me.
Right.
It's not a stuffing it down and dragging it with me. It's a, what can I do what
It's
can I do?
It's identifying it.
Yes. What do I have in my power to?
Taking responsibility.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about, taking responsibility for our thoughts.
So identifying, taking responsibility, and taking action.
Action, yes, action.
When things come up with me, one of the words that I've come to use is I accept it, okay? I accept that it's happened, even if it's not what I wanted to happen. I accept it, and then I adjust, and then I continue on. I accept it, I adjust, I adjust because, say something happens that's not what I was planning, right? I accept that it has happened. And then I go, okay, well, what do I need to do differently now? Because this was not expected. This was not what I was hoping for, or whatever. So I adjust what needs to be adjusted, and I continue on. And it's similar to what you said with those words, like boom, boom, boom.
Right. We're trying.
And that's what I do. It's like basically like going with the flow.
Right.
It's like you don't have to like when something happens that doesn't feel good.
Right, and then that's what I'm getting down to is I made a choice not to jam myself up at that spot. I continued on.
Yes. Yeah.
I
very
did
cool.
Where'd you get the yellow hat?
I've got it.
Where'd you get that one?
I've got
You've been
it.
hiding that one from me? Huh.
I got a lot of cool things.
Excuse me for my rude interruption.
I got it.
I just noticed it. I feel yellow sometimes too,
I meet people on the road. They like me. They say, "Hey, what can I do for you?" And I say, and they're knitting, and I say, "Well, you can knit me a hat." And I say, "Hey, hey, you're pretty cool. I think I'll do that. Here you go."
Nice. So it's made out of love.
Yes, and the reason that one's orange is the lady lives in nice lady, young lady, lives in Alaska, and they can't get a bunch of different colored yarns.
I see.
And so that's why this one's yellow,
Yeah.
and why that one's orange.
Mm-hmm.
And but she said that she was going to bring a whole box of different colors so she can make me some hats for next year. So
I
next
see.
year's a whole new hat deal.
All right, I think that'll be enough for today. I think that's a lot. And we talked about a lower vibrational energy, which was fear, but it doesn't have to be lower. We can utilize it for our highest self. And we talked about love and how love is in many different forms and not just one form. And I thought it was really good for
really nice.
not really knowing what we're going to talk about. This was just open floor, open discussion, and we knew we were going to talk about the emotional self, and it could be get a little tricky because that emotion of the self, it can be a little trickster in there sometimes. But I think we did pretty darn good.
Heck yeah.
And you fool me once in a while.
So thank you again for coming and joining us live.
Thank you, Andrew. Love you, brother.
For watching Benefits of the Emotional Self. And until next time,
And,
have a beautiful, awesome, amazing day, evening, weekend, whenever you watch the show. And if it's
Samaya.
on Thanksgiving Day, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, thanks for stopping in, Samaya. I know we didn't, somebody said hi right away. I kind of was in my own little world. But we're happy to see you guys here.
Andrew.
And
Noah bringing you joy and laughter. What was that about? Was that to me?
Yeah, he's just
Oh, in
Sending
general,
it.
in general,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
feeling
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
neutral. Oh yeah.
Something we were talking
Oh,
about.
definitely.
Do we want to do a card reading or two? Do we want to get a couple cards going?
Sure,
Okay,
let's see what the energy is.
All
for
right, let's
Thanksgiving.
see. Let's just do just a few cards. Let's see what they have to say for everybody out here for the energy flow. You have that. Oh,
I have the.
we all have a deck of cards. Why don't you pull from your kitty cards and you pull from your cards? Let me go grab another deck of cards. And maybe we can pull a card or two for everyone that's here in the show. We could do that too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave for just a moment, but I'm gonna let these two continue on running the show. Kathleen's gonna pull a card or two, tell her story. Then Divine Timing's gonna do the same. I don't know what I was gonna call you.
Diane.
Kathleen.
All right, so, all right.
She called me Kathleen. You're Diane.
I'm divine timing. Everything's perfect in my world.
Told you that song was.
What was that? What was that?
That song.
Oh.
Told you.
You never sent it to me.
Everything's perfect here, and the sun is
You guys are still live, you know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and then Kathleen Diane comes in and
Oh my goodness.
Brings some beautiful.
Oh,
rain
Pojo,
clouds.
hello. You see Pojo
brings
here
this
too.
tornado.
Now, what are you guys talking about now?
The weather.
Tornadoes? The weather.
The weather between Kathleen and I. Oh, cars are flying out!
The tornado, huh?
No, no
All
tornadoes.
right, so-
We're all good.
All right, they've been shuffling the whole time I've been gone. And that. My
Yeah,
first card
it's
out
card-
is joy and stability. Yeah, that's what I like to be operating from. I like to operate from this place. I'll
Boy.
operate from joy, stability, laughter, play, from our higher self, from that light, that energy that gives us movement, that energy that gives us passion, that desire. Let's be operating from that space. Woo, 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 woo. You got a card?
Yes, I do.
All right, you
Finally.
should read your story.
Well, I got the Queen of Cups. And I here feel all your emotions. Don't shove those negative feeling ones away. Feel all of them. They're all
It's about
here
what, yeah.
for like good things and to bring you messages and to help you. Like, it's overall an amazing, beautiful, good thing, even the not so good feeling things.
All right, Divine Timing, you got a card for the
I
collective?
do. Well, one came out already.
And then we'll pull, each one of us will pull a card for each person.
I
So they'll
showed
get three cards.
earlier. Kathleen was the moon,
And-
and the moon just came
And on the
out.
bottom of the deck, it's the Four of Cups. And if you're seeing negative emotions as bad things and focusing that, you're just gonna suffer. You gotta see the good in it. Look at that other cup. That's beautiful and full.
It's the gift.
Look at these two
Yeah.
cards that came out for me.
Yeah, tell the
What
story.
you got?
Don't tell me, don't show them
I
to me.
got
Tell the
the
story.
10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups.
Nice.
10-10.
Oh my gosh! That's what you
Ooh,
were saying earlier.
10-10, you're in sync.
Whoa.
I was telling
No,
Kathleen
you-
today.
You said maybe 10-10's his number.
I was talking about a toy run that I was going on,
Oh.
and last year it was 1,111 miles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On the, and this year I said I'm looking, maybe it'll be 10-10.
And then he sent
And I
that
sent it at
10-10.
10-10.
Yeah.
And
And
now
now
this.
10-10.
Oh, my goodness.
Whoa.
And I've been telling her the story all day.
That's
And here it is.
very cool.
And this looks like a real happy home and a real happy family going on here. And I gotta say, my life pretty much reflects that pretty well. I got to say that.
All right, so let's see, who's here? Lovely DT. Woo-hoo.
All right, now
All
we're,
right,
let's
so
pull
we're
one.
gonna do
All
one
three of us pull one for Andrew.
For Andrew?
For Andrew. Okay,
Andrew.
first card for Andrew, second one will be for Samaya, and the third one will be for Pojo, okay?
All right. Hi, Pojo.
Okay.
You're here.
All right, for Andrew, here.
Oh, there it is.
One for Andrew, what's Andrew's card? What's he got? What's he got?
I got Kathleen. I'm drawing two Kathleens, a 10-10 and a Kathleen. Woohoo!
Go tell Andrew
I
what
got
his
two
card
cards
is.
for Andrew, but you go.
Go
You
up
guys
there,
first.
go up there, tell Andrew's story.
All right. The Queen of Swords. And what I notice about the Queen of Swords is she's there tending her garden and trimming her flowers and stuff, but I notice 3 bodies hanging in the background.
What's that?
And I notice there's a knife in a loaf of bread over there. And I wonder if those are skeletons in a closet.
Oh, could be, huh?
But anyway, she looks happy. She's all peaceful. She's content. She's okay. Those guys in the background, I'm not so sure about.
Oh yeah, he was telling me.
Oh,
how
yeah.
oh, okay, you can continue on with the story. There we go. We got guys in the
Don't tell her
background.
story. Tell Andrew's.
So with me, Andrew, you got the 3 of Swords here, and you see like maybe there's some things that haven't felt so good or whatever. But look, there's a journal on the bed, and you're out of the bed, and look. Now you are the Page of Wands. You're ready to embark on a little exciting journey. So that's where you're headed. Dun dun dun.
And I'm still shuffling, Andrew. A card's just not coming out. I don't know what's going on after the deep stories that those two told with those cards on the phone. We're gonna get the right card.
I think this story's got a little more to it.
Woo! Here, card down on the ground. Oh, you're moving on from that old story. Yeah, you're moving on. Says I'm moving on from those stories.
That's
yeah.
a beautiful story. I don't know what
Yeah,
she's talking about.
moving away from all that heartbreak of a way.
What? Why was that beautiful?
You're just moving on, moving away from anything that's not working out for you, so it is working out for you. Here, I gotta get another card. There it is. Oh, no. Yeah, you get to choose your battles, Andrew, by taking the lead, taking the lead, getting out of the shadow self and stepping into your whole self. And it's about giving and receiving on an equal level. Woo, 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 Andrew. Yay, that's what we got for Andrew. So who did I say was next? Oh, it's
Samaya.
Samaya.
Yeah,
Samaya.
a card instantly flipped out, and it's the same one I got, and that's the 10 of Cups. Nice, big, happy family.
I wasn't taking it from what you said. I was taking it from
She's pregnant. She's smiling. The dog is looking up. The family's all happy. It looks like a big, happy family. I like the 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups, unconditional love. There is so much love in the 10 of Cups.
Woo! What's her card?
You go ahead.
Oh, okay, since win or lose. Win or lose. Win or lose. We're
10 of Cups is a win.
We're going for the heart space.
The 10 of
What are we
Cups
going
is a
for?
win.
Is from the highest vibration. This is lining ourselves up so we're operating from joy, from laughter, from play, from excitement in our day, from peace, from harmony, from love and laughter, and passion and desire.
I didn't say uh-oh. I said oh.
That's what the winner loses. So you can actually, operate from your joy with stability and happiness. Did you get a card now?
I
Ooh,
did.
We're going to continue on here. We got one more.
It's a
one
good
more.
reading,
She's gonna come
good
on in.
reading.
I didn't hear. What was your story,
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just
Well,
tell your
this
story.
is what I
The
got for
story, the
you.
cards are telling the story.
Got the King of Wands here, and looks like you're making some big plans. There's the whole world right there at your hands in front of you.
And
So
a
you're
king.
making plans to to conquer it and do some pretty amazing things.
So you got the 10 of Cups, the King of Wands, and what was yours?
I didn't have a regular tarot deck.
Oh, okay.
Mine.
All right.
Okay.
All right, well, that's a good one.
All right.
All right,
Now,
next,
Pojo.
Pojo's
Pojo.
in the house. Let's see who's get the cards for Pojo going on here. I don't have any cards yet for Pojo.
All right, they're coming.
Oh, Pojo, I got dreams are coming true. Ooh, yeah, we got the dreams coming true in for Pojo in the house. Yeah, keep manifesting those dreams that you want. Keep putting out into the world exactly what you want to come in. The other day I manifested this couch that we're sitting on. We needed a couch for the house, and I had thought about it while I was on the road. Within just 2-3 minutes, I pulled over I went inside the store and I got this couch at
Guess it
like
comes out again.
70% off the regular price.
It does.
And it was just like the right amount of money that I had. It just happened like that. Manifest, keep manifesting your dreams, what it is that you want. Keep those stories going. Did you guys pull one?
No.
3 came out.
All right.
And it's a
Tommy,
Whopper.
got your back.
We got a Whopper here. We have the 2 of Cups and the Chariot. That's pretty good. Got a look. Got there and 2 of Cups, and they're looking at each other. They're holding their hands.
Aw.
You got the Chariot, and the Emperor drives the Chariot.
Oh my
Woohoo!
goodness.
Okay, but we got a 3rd card, and that is somebody's in the picture. They're trying to steal. They're trying to tuck away. They're trying to keep it a secret. They're trying to keep it
They're
hidden.
trying to steal the gym.
Who? I don't know who would want to hide this. I mean, let's get real. Who wants to hide the love story and the Chariot? It's coming in, and it's coming in fast.
Well, that's why it's called a hidden love story.
But there might be a 3rd. There's somebody's in there. They're not happy about it. They're trying to
Steal the gem within.
yeah, steal the gem within. Don't let them take this. Don't let whoever this is take this away.
All right, Kathleen.
What you
I
got?
got that same card again.
I did,
All right,
yes.
well,
Oh,
it
that's
must be
okay.
a perfect
That's all right.
I had, because we.
Same
we
card
look
is-
what we
is
got
all right.
that story
Right.
there.
Okay, this is what I
cards
got
that
for
tell us
you. I got the 3 of Swords, and for this, what I'm feeling, what I'm hearing is
Trying to tuck it
some
away.
stuff that doesn't feel so
Somebody's been
good
heartbroken
once
in the
again.
past.
But once again, it's like an empty bed. There's a journal there. There's stuff to work through, to grow through from it, and there's an empty bed. You're not laying in that bed anymore. You're gone. You're off doing something good, something better. So
She's going after those wishes and dreams.
yeah,
Right.
go out-
The cards I had was wishes and dreams and
Right.
love, and then these last 2 cards is heartbreak and somebody
Right.
hiding the gem. So
right. And with the journal there, like I see, like the work has been done, right?
Yeah,
you
you wrote
there's,
your story. You flipped
yes.
your script around
Yeah.
better.
and you're on your way doing that. So enjoy.
I guess that's what would be my normal time going for your
Here's your
anniversary.
protection.
We went early
Aw.
tonight. If
I
anybody
like
else
it.
is here,
Puppy.
anybody else is here in the house, hit the like button, come on in, let me know, and we will pull you a card. Beautiful reading, you love it, perfect, perfect. You got 3 different intakes from it because we're kind of doing it a little bit different. Yeah, you're welcome, you're welcome.
Let's do one for the collective.
Okay, do
Okay.
another one for the collective, all right.
Did we do one for the collective?
No.
already?
I think so, I think we started off with that.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Oh, well, that's all right. More than one collective. And if there's anybody else that's here that hasn't had a reading from us, just come into the chat, put your name in there.
The divine timing has. Oh yeah, I did.
And then we'll
Kathleen kept coming out.
And in the meantime, I guess we're
Right.
going to do
Oh.
a reading for the collective.
What?
Different cups.
All right, so we're doing another reading for the collective.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
It's
That's what you guys
loving
needed.
the inner child.
What do you need to know when it comes to love? Let's do that. What do they need to know when it comes to love?
love?
That's the question. What do you guys need to
Oh,
know when it comes to love? We want to know
I feel the vibrational shift.
You need to know.
I feel a vibrational
A vibrational shift. Oh, like the love you. Balance. Oh, Kathleen. Oh no, we got the balancing act going.
Oh.
Yeah, it is
Anti-balance.
about balancing the heart, bringing the heart into alignment with each other.
Good.
So the divine masculine
wait,
energy
you're
and the divine
I'm
feminine.
I'm trying to see what I hear in it first.
Here, we had to listen to what's going on in the background. It's about
This is normal.
the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy coming into alignment with each other. Mhm. And that is so important to do, you guys.
Stop. Right.
That's like
Well,
brother and
it's coming out
sister
of that
stuff
each
going on
I'm
back
trying
there.
to hear what messages I'm receiving, and interrupting me.
I understand that. He likes to block the message.
You don't like balance.
Oh.
I'm trying to hear and you're not letting me concentrate.
Quiet, Divine. Quiet. All right, let's see.
There we go.
It is about love. It
Yes,
is about
it is.
bringing those hearts together so that love is so big, so that heart is pounding so radiant, so vibrantly. Here, we're gonna let Divine Timing in now.
That's a lot of love. Look at all that. You got so much love that it's spilling out. Collective.
No, that is the Ace of Cups. That is so much love. That card has more love in it than any other card.
Well, look at how much it's pouring out, and it's
Yeah.
it's not going down. It's not emptying. It's continuous flow.
Yeah, it is overflowing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, and look what's on the bottom. Look what's on the bottom. The star.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the stars.
Boy, that's enough.
Wishes and dreams and manifestation. That's also, I learned that's what it can manifest your love story right into this 3D world.
I like it.
Kathleen.
Well, my cards
I'm
are
ready.
looking good.
Here, this is what
This is what you heard?
This is what I heard.
Oh, I can't wait.
Or Divine Timing wants to tell me what the cards mean, and I wanted to hear what I heard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So-
I want to hear your interpretation.
So I heard, okay, so we have a Six of Swords, and we don't care what it means, because when Kathleen Diane got this card and had a moment of peace to like listen, what she heard from the picture and all those thoughts and things that you feel that like cause feelings that don't feel so good. What do you call them? Lower vibes, Cynthia?
Lower
That
vibration.
stuff like that.
Listen,
All those kind of things. These people here in the picture, like to me, it looks like they're taking him and they're running with him and they're holding on to him. And all I see is fear and anxiety and stuff in them. That's what I hear and feel with the card. And, if you do that, like all you're doing here is what she's doing in this card with the Five of Cups. She's sitting there just looking at all those spilt cups, those things that didn't work out or stories that didn't go how we wanted them to. When if she would just turn around and look up, this table is filled with so many beautiful things. I have chills. There's balloons and cups that are full over there, 2 more cups that are full, and all this stuff on the table. So many beautiful things. So what I hear is to try to let go of those other things, those other stories, and focus on the things that you do have and all the beautiful stuff that you do have in your life and that you can be grateful for, as it is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is. We have a new person here called Soulmate for Life saying hello. Yeah, who's that? Is that you, Divine?
Sure.
All right. So you take a card for Soulmate for Life in here.
I'm somebody's soulmate for life. Oh, there's one.
That's
Flew
the
out
name of
too.
this person's
Let's all pick
family.
a card for them.
Oh.
Yeah, we're all gonna pick a card.
Oh.
Oh, well, the soulmate for life is a lot of hard work, but there's a lot of celebrations also.
Go up to the camera.
Yeah.
Show him.
Yeah. Oh! Woo!
Go tell him.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Pull up the soulmate card too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So okay, it's been a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of celebration going on. All right, been a lot of hard work and there's celebration. And why is there celebration? Because these two are in love. That's the story. That's the hidden love story right there. That's the hidden story. I can tell it to you right now. It's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of celebration, but this is what it leads to.
My goodness. And listen. So, nine of swords. Look at her sitting on the bed. Like, oh my goodness, she's been through some stuff, right? She's been through some stuff. So you've been through some stuff, but you know what? Just like Divine Timing said, it's a time of celebration. I got, look. the same part, right?
Celebrating all those thoughts?
No,
Oh, there they are.
no,
Okay, I
that's
see.
stuff that has already like happened,
Oh, I
and
see.
now it's time for this.
Look at
It's
that,
time.
there's 3 of
Good
them on
times
there.
are good times are coming. It's time to celebrate.
Look, 3 of them, 3 of us. Yay. It is.
Well, and I got, it's time to open up. Open up from the inner self and simply love with so much love, you know, with how much love, with this much love, you know, let that heart pound, let that heart radiate. This card has more love in it than any other card. Go ahead and allow yourself to open up, to allow that love really in. All you have to do is simply love everything that's going on around you in the current moment. That's what we have for you, soulmate for life.
Very cool. That was beautiful.
All right, you guys.
Oh, I said that was beautiful, and then I read the word beautiful.
Yeah.
What a beautiful day.
It sure has been.
It was.
And let's see. Thanksgiving this is the first Thanksgiving I had nowhere to go.
What happened?
It turned out to be the most perfect day ever.
Where did you go?
I cut wood and went to dinner
With who?
with my favorite sister.
With your favorite sister.
Aww. I did my Thanksgiving yesterday. It was such a beautiful day.
All right, well, we're going to say thank you, everyone, for showing up for this live. We appreciate your time, your energy, your efforts, for your likes. And until next time, have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Butterfly.
You two want to say bye, or?
Oh, bye.
Peace.
Bye-bye, butterfly.
Woo!
See you later.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
Oh, that's so sweet. You mimicked me.